Ahoy hoy, Pancasters, and welcome to episode 4 of That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
It's your weekly dose of Marvel, DC and Star Wars news all wrapped up in a lovely little pasty. Hello Neil.
Hello Pav.
Hello, I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
You done it again.
Well.
Anyway, how are you?
Well, yeah, very well, very well.
Good. We have some fantastic stories.
Stories.
And I think we should kick off with Marvel.
Yes.
Marvel news. Okay. Marvel President Kevin Feige has hinted that the TV characters from the Marvel Universe may make appearances in the MCU. In an interview with IGN, when quizzed, he simply replied, spoilers. So, is it possible Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage and the rest of the Marvel TV Universe could appear in the next Avengers movie? What do you think?
Personally, that'd be a great thing. Because like we said on another episode, they have alluded to the fact that the Avengers and the New York incident has been on the TV series. So, why not? They're not shying away. Like on the other hand, DC... the TV series are having nothing to do with the movie universe. So, yeah, I think great and fantastic news.
So how do you feel about it being the fact that the Avengers seem to deal with worldwide problems, whereas like things like the Defenders and that are just based in New York? Their problems seem to be of a lot, and they're dealing with gangsters and things like that. Shouldn't that be kept to more of a smaller scale?
But I mean, the TV series will stay in a smaller scale, won't it? They're on about the TV characters going into the movie world.
Yeah.
So maybe they need to rely on them. Maybe there'll be a section where it's New York again, but they're too busy somewhere else and they need some job doing in New York. Why not use the Defenders? They're all going to be part of the one universe. So.
But how would someone like Luke Cage, or how would it feel like if they are fighting against Thanos, for instance, and then they defeat him, and then they got to go back and just deal with somebody that is a small-time crook? Wouldn't they feel that's like...
Are the villains just small-time crooks? I mean, Kingpin is the main villain in Daredevil, has been throughout the comics as far as I know.
As far as I can see, he's not somebody that's got superpowers. He is just a
psycho.
Like a henchman. Well, not a henchman, but he's a...
But somebody might come on and say, actually, he does have this power, he does have this, and something like that. I don't know enough about the comic books, but I would quite happily see those characters in the movie universe. How they do it, I don't know, but I would. I like.
Okay, all right. What about the other way around then? What about seeing someone like Now, Spider-Man comes from New York. Shouldn't in that theory then we see him appear in?
Well, if
Daredevil?
they could do that, but I think that's more of a licensing thing than a practicality thing. But absolutely, why not? Or make reference to. But I think the only reason you won't is because of the licensing still. I know Marvel are now helping out. The Marvel Studios are now helping out with the Spider-Man movie, but it's still a Sony-owned one. Would they give that up just for him to go on TV? I don't know. But absolutely, I'd love to see him in there. I see no reason why not.
Okay, our second Marvel story. One of the things that fans love about the MCU are the strands of storyline that weave through each movie. Director of Thor Ragnarok, meanwhile... what's his name? I haven't written his name down. I can't believe it. Waititi is his second name. Oh, this is awful. Meanwhile, has said that is at the front of his mind. While taking part in an AMA on Reddit, Waititi stated he is ignoring the previous Thor films and the rest of the MCU too in order to make his movie. He said, I made an effort to ignore the fact that there are other Thor films. I honestly know nothing outside of what I'm doing. I'm trying to ignore the rest of the universe and just make my own awesome story. What do you think? In regards to the fact that, like I said, the one thing that people love about the Marvel movies is there are little Easter eggs in every single movie. Is that going to hurt it, do you think?
No, I don't think so. Do you?
Well, no, I think it's going to be interesting as a story anyway because of what we've heard is going to be in it. Obviously, the Hulk is in this one.
Did you see the test footage that was released?
I saw some of the
from the New York Comic Con, or the little New York Comic Con teaser bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a Thor movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to say what. I mean, but I noticed they were in the woods a lot, and you know, the World of People film that he just did, Hunt for the World of People. Maybe that's a sign, but I don't know. Anybody who brings something new to these universes are all good. And in Marvel, I do trust their movie choices at the moment. You know, Peyton Reed for Ant-Man, a lot of people said, oh, he's not going to be any good. It's Edgar Wright's film, and it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And actually, he did a damn good job. So I think he's going to do well. I think it's going to be a good film.
Okay, so out of the next few movies that's coming out for Marvel, which one is the one that you're really looking forward to then?
Black Panther. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, that's not till 2018, I think.
No, but you know, it's one what's next year?
We've got Doctor Strange, then we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
which obviously is going to be,
and then Thor.
And Thor
is the ones coming out.
So just out of those three,
yeah.
I am really looking forward to Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Because it looks like a complete and different turn again for Marvel. It's going on the mysterious, the unknown, and the supernatural. Is it supernatural? I don't know.
Yeah.
The mysterious. Let's go that way.
Well, it is. It's other realms.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So
and I like the look of that. I really do like the look of that. I think that's going to be. I think it looks stunning, and Benedict Cumberbatch is great, isn't he? What's not to love? And Guardians of the Galaxy, if they do that as well as they did the first one, it's just going to be brilliant. It's really going to be brilliant. And as we've got no idea what the story is, we know Kurt Russell's going to turn up.
Well, he's playing a living planet, apparently.
So
I don't know. I that's the thing, is that I don't know enough about, like you said just a minute ago, the comic book side of it. So, I mean, one of the stories that I was going to do tonight, but I didn't in the end, was the show Stephen Merchant in what's the movie that he's Logan, which is
just quickly on that note, he did the Crystal Maze on Sunday night. Stephen Merchant, and he's completely bald.
That's that's that character.
That is from that character. He didn't do it for just the Crystal Maze.
There's a picture that's online of him, and obviously looking very serious. And the one thing that I was going to... I mean, we're talking about it now, so we'll talk about it. But the one thing about Stephen Merchant is his accent.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's thick Bristol accent. It's the same... I've never seen him do anything else. The same as like Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais never does a different kind of accent.
But maybe he might be able to shock you. Maybe
it's either that or they'll do something to his voice.
Computerized.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like he is not like a comedy character.
No.
By the looks of it. But the reason I didn't choose that story was because there was a lot of stuff about the character from comic books, and I knew nothing about it.
No.
So it's a character that I'm sure that comic book fans are going to know. But I didn't know enough about it to be able to talk about it. Not that I know enough about any of this stuff. So I didn't know the name of Waititi's first name, which is awful. It begins with T. I know that. Anyway,
right. Shall we go to Star Wars?
I think let's go to Star Wars news.
Right, on doing the promotional round for his directorial debut, Ewan McGregor has talked Star Wars. Saying, and this is Ewan McGregor talking, I won't do the Scottish accent.
No, please don't.
I've always thought there was a story to tell between my last one and the Alec Guinness first one. It would be fun to film that story now that I am older. I'd be the right age. I'm 45 now. Alec Guinness was, 60? I could do 2 of them. McGregor clearly loves the franchise, which he makes no bones about, hoping that the future films will be saying explore different genres under the Star Wars banner, and one of these could be an Obi-Wan Kenobi feature film, or 2, the Obi-Wan Kenobi story, parts 1 and 2. I personally think that's a great idea. I really do. I would love to see an Obi-Wan, and I think Ewan McGregor's great. What are your thoughts? I mean, because nothing has been confirmed on the next standalone. There's been rumours, isn't there?
Well, no. I mean, as we remember from when we went to Star Wars Celebration, we thought that was one of the things that they were going to talk about and announce on that final panel, didn't we? That we thought that they were going to announce an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I would love to see it. I think I would prefer an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie to, say, a Boba Fett movie. I think there's story there in that 19 years.
Yeah,
on Tatooine.
there's got to be. He can't just be hidden. There must be stories.
You know, I know that he's watching over Luke and all of that sort of stuff. And I know that because I did read that story, and I know that he did put on there that he didn't want it to sound like he is fishing for a job. But I think, well, it seems obvious to me that there's some kind of talks going on.
Absolutely.
Because he's been in and did his one line for The Force Awakens. And is it possible that he may make an appearance in Episode 8 as a Force ghost? You know, I mean, Luke is on that island by himself, or he must be talking to people in the Force or whatever. And
or will you just hear his name again? You know, his voice again. Sorry, rather than just his name.
Maybe, but I would. Yeah, I mean, even a trilogy, it'd be great. You know, imagine. And I know that there's. If you watch Rebels, which I don't think you
no,
do,
I haven't seen it yet.
I've watched the first couple of episodes of the third series, and well, it's not Darth Maul anymore, but Maul is there. So Maul in canon is still alive,
right?
So that could be something that they could look. You know, Maul wants his revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that could be part of the dynamic of it.
Because it doesn't have to then. I mean, it's in the universe, so it's a standalone story, a bit like Rogue One. It tells a story of something that has happened, but it doesn't have to be a part of. Does that make sense?
It doesn't. Well, it would be canon just by definition of it being a film, but it hasn't got to be linked to any of the story because it's an untold story. We know that Obi-Wan Kenobi stayed on Tatooine watching Luke for what would it be, 19 years or whatever it is, and changed his name to Ben Kenobi. Nobody knew that he was a Jedi. I'm assuming, and I'm sure there's books or whatever that would say this, that he didn't use his Jedi powers because he's obviously he doesn't want to be found out to be a Jedi because they've all been wiped out. I think it'd be great, and I do. I think the prequel trilogy has its like knockers and its downers and stuff, but Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ewan McGregor was one of the highlights. Although I think he got frustrated with how the movies were made because it was blue
but
screen.
His performance in Revenge of the Sith is brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic.
He's you can't fault the performance he put in there at
absolutely
all.
Fantastic.
Right, last one. Finally, last week we were talking about we were hoping that the release of the Rogue One trailer would come out. Do you remember?
Yes, we did.
It did come out, and we did our reaction video to it. Well, have you seen this week a release of that, whoever it was, a fan-made trailer where he's put all the footage together of six and a bit minutes?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
I just wanted to... I'm only bringing that up as news because I recommend anybody who's into Star Wars watch it. Hey, how good is that?
It's very good. It gets you really pumped for the movie because I think... I mean, that was the one thing that we said on our trailer reaction, that you get a little bit of a lining of what the story is now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot more, I think, it's trying to find her father.
Yeah.
So the motif of father and child again is there in this movie, which is what runs through the whole saga, whether it's the prequel trilogies or the main trilogy, if you like. So
I mean, I was going to say with the also they've made no bones about it that they're making it out to be like a war film in the Star Wars universe,
which it definitely is.
You can so see that, and even more so on that 6-minute trailer. So I recommend anybody that's watching this, if you haven't already seen it, go onto YouTube, just put in the 6-minute extended Rogue One trailer. It's fan made, it's not official, but it is all genuine footage of Rogue One, and it really does look stunning. I can't get over how stunning that film looks.
I think it's the fact that you've got recognisable images like stormtroopers and things like that, but they are in unrecognisable situations, like on a beach. And I know that you've seen them in sand with Tatooine, but that beach setting and like the jungle setting, and going through like an occupation of a town or a village, if you like.
Well, you see them walking through water, don't you?
Yeah.
In the sea, they're paddling.
and a like a skate walker or an ATST or whatever they're calling them now, going through like the dusty, like a little dusty
town,
village
whatever
lane
it
or
is.
whatever it is, and just blowing things up. You know, it's showing you.
And the AT-ATs coming through, like in the different settings as well, it just looked phenomenal. We said it last week, but the CGI now just is almost seamless.
Yeah.
And if they can keep away from, and I love the prequel trilogy, but keep away from that CGI heavy, because it does feel like CGI, and film in a normal everyday location and add that CGI in like they are now. Oh, it looks phenomenal. And who would have thought it looked like an alien planet, but they've made it look like an alien planet. Yes, one that I'm very excited about, and thank you very much for that long trailer.
And of course, it was also, like we said, and you want to know our full views on the trailer, go to YouTube and go to our channel and have a look at the trailer reaction.
Yeah.
But it is just the little images, the Jedi statue that's just led in the sand.
Yeah, and I've only just realised how many times I watched the trailer. If you watch that, you can actually see somebody moving.
It's like a little speeder or something, so it shows you how big
that is.
Yeah.
Didn't have any idea.
But yeah, it's 58 days to go. 58 days to go.
Not long. As we record this,
obviously. Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to DC news, and this shouldn't be called DC news this week. It should be called Joe I'm going to get his name wrong. Manganiello. I'm going to go for that. Right, Joe Manganiello. Right, it should be Joe Manganiello news. Okay, first of all, MTV released a skit where Anna Kendrick asked Ben Affleck if she could be Robin to his Batman. Of course, this stoked geek fire on the internet, and now Deathstroke himself, Joe Manganiello, has poured fuel on that fire with an Instagram snap of him and Kendrick, along with the post that said Robin and Deathstroke. This confirms nothing, and it's probably just the two stars having some fun. So I was thinking more like casting rumours, because Anna Kendrick, now I can't remember the name of there's another group of superheroes which has one called Squirrel Girl, and if you know what it is, leave a comment down, because I can't remember what it is, and she's supposed to be favourite for that role. So if they chose to have a Robin, whether it was a female or a male Robin, who would you say would be a good one? I mean, I think it might be nice to go for a female Robin.
The only thing with Anna Kendrick, and no disrespect to her, I think she just needs to be that little bit younger.
Yeah, otherwise it would end up being a bit weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird situation anyway.
If we go by The Dark Knight Returns, the Robin that's in there seems very young, doesn't she?
Yeah.
If you think of the cartoon, and that seemed to work in the cartoon. I mean, I'm going by the cartoon movie, The Dark Knight Returns, which if you haven't seen is absolutely brilliant.
So if you went for like a male Robin.
See, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't like the character Robin.
No.
I find him annoying. I like Batman when he goes out on his own, not looking after Robin. So I really can't think of somebody that I'd like to see as Robin. I just can't. They need to bring it to me and make me interested in Robin.
I think the only way they could do that is if they went the Dark Knight Returns route and do something completely different.
That's what they would have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of same as you. I don't really care either way.
No.
I think because I like Ben Affleck's Batman so much, I don't know whether you'd need to have
a Robin
for him to have a sidekick, if you like, because it's only going to be in the Batman movie that he's. And he's going
to be the older Batman anyway, isn't he?
And he's got Jeremy Irons,
Alfred.
Sort of, yeah. I don't know. I don't
think he needs a Robin, and it's probably just a wind up, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they know that it's just creating buzz, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the final story for this week in Joe Manganiello news is during promotion for The Accountant, Ben Affleck had played down when production would start on The Batman, which he is co-writing, directing and starring in. But Deathstroke himself, Joe Manganiello, has said in a video interview that the standalone Batman movie is due to start filming in the spring of 2017. Are there any other villains that you would like to see?
Now, I know he's been done, and he's been done quite... he was done quite well, whether it hit or miss in Batman Forever, is the Riddler. I'd like to see him brought up to date and taken away from the Jim Carrey-esque type of character and make him the dark villain that I think he deserves. So there's the Riddler. Not so worried about the Penguin because I think Batman Returns did that brilliantly.
So in the more sort of down to earth,
I don't know how you would do it.
How would you do something like the Riddler?
You need somebody. You need somebody with that vision,
right?
So I don't know, but I would like to see the Dark Riddler brought to screen. I personally don't know because I haven't got that vision. But if I was to, somebody like Christopher Nolan doing it, the way he reinvented the Joker. And he did, didn't he? I mean, he reinvented what people think the Joker is like. And if he was to bring something forward, and I hope Ben Affleck could do it as well, for the Riddler, I think he's a great character. In the comic books, he's an evil sod. There you are, there's a quote for you. The Riddler is an evil sod. He is an evil sod in the comics that I've got, and he's not afraid. He'll kill people, and he's not afraid of it. And he leaves the riddles as clues, but not in the sense of the Batman 66 clues and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So there's one character I think I think would be very good. What about you?
The trouble is with any of these characters, I've not been particularly like I'm not overjoyed with the new Joker.
No, not yet.
Do you know what I mean? And he's the iconic Batman villain.
Yeah.
You've got to think that sooner or later, whether it's in The Batman or being The Batman Returns or whatever they're going to call it, that they must face off sooner or later. So I'm not quite sure that unless they get that Joker right, I don't know how they're going to get the other ones right.
No, I can see your point.
Because
But I think that if we go to Suicide Squad, the Joker in there, he didn't feel like the Joker. Now, was that due to the director? Was it due to the studio button in? I don't know. But Jared Leto is a great actor. But from the first picture, I didn't buy him as the Joker. He didn't look Joker-esque to me. Now, a lot of people said, he looks just like the Joker from The Killing Joke and things like that.
Yeah.
Does he? I don't know. I mean, I've read The Killing book.
I think all I saw was that they did 2 photos beforehand, didn't they, that were in the same style as the photos from The Killing Joke. But I mean, anybody dressed up as the Joker can do that. You didn't see enough of him.
It's the performance that will create the Joker.
Yeah.
You can get past what he looks like if he makes you believe that he is the Joker. And watching Suicide Squad, we didn't get a taste of that because he was just a psycho. He didn't come across as the Joker to me at all.
No,
I didn't feel, there's the Joker. He just was a psycho. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, tell us who you think you would like to see as the next Batman villain, and maybe who you'd like to play Robin, if you would like a Robin. Would you like there to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie starring Ewan McGregor?
And do you think that the Marvel Universe TV series would fit nicely into the movie universe?
Indeed.
Be nice to know.
They are
any
the questions.
comments.
That's your homework. Your questions.
Just put the questions in the comment box below.
Send us whatever answers you have. Tell us anything else. The other thing, obviously, we'd like to find out about is what's the last line of my get out for the show? Because I've got the first 2 bits. I need a DC reference to finish the show with, and at the moment, I still can't think of one.
Just go with I'm Batman.
Okay, we'll do that for this week. So that's it for episode 4 of That's No Moon.
It's a podcast. I nearly changed it, but no.
Well, no, let's not change it yet because I'm having trouble with my little bit.
It was me thinking of Batman. I nearly went.
Oh, right.
It's Batman.
Oh, right. Okay.
Only because that was in my head. But hey.
Okay. Well, yes. So please come and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of all the questions that we've raised for tonight. Come and see our
trailer
reactions. Come and get us on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter at PancastPods. That's it.
Absolutely.
Just leaves me to say, may the force of Thor's hammer something DC.